We call on Eros we ask that you would forgive us. Forgive us for breaking any taboo. Forgive us for doing anything incorrect that we might have done. We humbly ask for forgiveness for love of mine. Eros counting down without two can be very difficult to consume. These were the decorations he fought to the child of Agmanegun. He was full of bad character. He was bad attitudes have prevented him from entering 2000 men. Now come to solicit on behalf of the Tutu. We've come to beg on behalf of the Tutu. Father, please be patient, overlook this provocation. Those who beg on behalf of the Tutu. How many children we thought have that he would cast one out? Those who beg on behalf of the Tutu. We thought, please do not cast us out.
He who molds human beings, he who molds human destiny. He who supports and assists human beings, he who molds human character. He who molds human beings, the name given to Orishama. He who molds human destiny, the name given to Orumila. He who supports and assists human beings, the name given to Ontori. He who molds human characters, the name given to Olodumare. Orango Mega, call upon you by his formula, which is known as You are the ones to help and organize one's life to be fruitful. You are the ones to help and organize one's life to be rewarding. Come and help me organize my life. For it is blessed with wealth, for it is blessed to be all the good things in life. It is impossible to see the depth of the ocean. Do not let the world see evil in me. Do not let me be disgraced. It is impossible to see the depth of the river, all what I'm doing. Do not let human beings dig up evil in me. Orango Media, call upon you by his formula, which is known as Please help my matter be fruitful and rewarding in my life forever and ever.
Mira, pequeños son los pies también, no hay un camarín no suficiente grande para usar como un tocado. Si hubiera sido suficiente grande para usar como un tocado, me hubiera llevado a casa y me hubiera adornado la cabeza con él. Estas son las declaraciones de Ifá, Urelá, donde hubo una misión espiritual a la tierra de hierbo. Llamamos a la vendedora de la semilla del arroz y le pagamos dinero por comprar su comodidad. Llamamos a la vendedora de sal y la hacemos rica por comprar su comodidad. Llamamos a Urelá con respeto en la tierra de hierbo. O sea, Urelá es un buen abuelo. La árbol de paz se queda en la cara en toque tampoco, porque la puntita puede ser para cuando se cae, no está haciendo una prisión. La tapa madota 17 gramos de palma. Yo soy el pueblo de yo soy un buen asadón que se podría lucir en todo el terreno. Esas son las declaraciones para los habitantes de Ibadan. Aquellos que después de comer caracol a su presentación usaron las conchas para preparar una harina de co para sus hijos. Tal la voz de Chaque, el rey del pueblo de Chaque, fue la boca de vino para el Chaque, el siguiente señor de bus que no puede diseñar conmigo, y un herrero que no sabe confeccionar frente. Ellos fueron los boca de dinero de está para aquellos en el pueblo de Dios no reconocen el valor de hacer el bus, no creen en hacer el tuto, muchos se están muriendo totalmente. Todos estos asuntos son suficientes para liberar seriamente. Estas son las declaraciones del Estado para aquellos que en Abdeo está debajo de la ropa de luz. Las palabras rotas no pueden llevar el bus fácilmente. Esta fue la declaración del Estado para Pepe, quien aclara como la madre de Ochetila. Es la idea de la riqueza que estamos buscando que no hemos podido asegurar. Es la idea de buenos cónyuges que estamos buscando que no hemos podido asegurar. Es la idea de buenos hijos que estamos buscando que no hemos podido asegurar. Es la idea de la longevidad que estamos buscando que no hemos podido asegurar. Es la idea de todo el beneficio de la vida que estamos buscando que no hemos podido asegurar. Che, ahora, tú eres el jefe. Ifá, tú has escuchado él, tú has escuchado desde los chavos de la Ifá, tú has escuchado todo. Aquí viene a que huele la madre tierra, igualmente está escuchando la guara y ahora está con la madre tierra, está escuchando y escuchando las plegarias de la voz. Tú deja que suceda seguramente.
Ashe Orisha lẹ́nu mi o, Ashe Orisha lẹ́nu mi, Open Timo Mama Will, Irumole Oba, Ifa Oba, Ashorisha, Lenumi, Ashorisha, Lenumi, Ashorisha, Lenumi. Open Timo Mama Will, Irumole Oba, Ifa Oba, Ashorisha, Lenumi. Timo Duro, Timo Sure. Timo Pere, Timo Sure, Timo Bule, Timo Sure, Timo Joko, Timo Sure, Ire Timo Subo, Timo, Timo Duro, Timo Sure, Timo Pere, Timo Sure, Timo Sure, Timo Joko, Timo Sure, Ire Timo Subo, Timo. Oriani larure yani o, Oriani larure yani. Mojulo mi o fa wa mori, Oriani larure yani. Oriani larure yani o, Oriani larure yani. Mojulo mi o fa wa mori. Oriani laureni Bogore chasu Ifa oba lorun Ati bachaju Ifa oba lorun Ose arurila Ifa ti bo Gbogbo ilé asu Ifa oba lorun Àti bàtàjú, Ifá ọba lọ́run, ó ṣe àwẹ̀là, àdìbọn. Olodumare and the divinities, we've come, we've given thanks, we've given praise, we've asked for forgiveness, we've asked for the things that we need. We put the Ashe of Oshe Arua into our prayer. We ask at this time, Olodumare and all of the divinities, that you would continue to ward off death, continue to ward off illness, ward off COVID, ward off challenges, ward off all confusing illnesses of this world, ward off confusion, ward off losses, ward off fights, ward off crisis from us at this time. Ward off negative forces and witchcraft from us and move those things out of the way, and in the place bring to us long life, bring us good health, give us good spouses, give us good children, give us peace of mind, give us stable homes, and give us the victory. We ask that you would support us on this day and support us so that we can be actual living manifestations of our destiny. Help us to live our destiny to the fullest. We pray for all of those people who have been initiated to Ifa this weekend. We pray that the transition to regular life would not be difficult, that it would be easier. We pray that you would manifest your destiny in a great and mighty way so that you can see your own contribution, you can see your own value. And we also pray that you begin to see even more how Olodumare sees you, the greatness that is within you, the potential that will be unlocked this weekend. Help it truly to be unlocked so that we can live it, be it, and see it, so that all of you can find, follow, and fulfill your destiny.
So welcome, Cabo. Welcome, everyone. Caro, good morning. We are here for temple service. Nice to see you all here. So today's sermon is on truth, when to tell it and when to not tell it. And Olodumare had instructed everyone to be truthful. Olodumare, God even told Orunmila to be truthful. And we were all told growing up, hopefully, tell the truth. Don't lie, tell the truth. So we'll look at that today. Ifa said in Obeshotito, please repeat, If a Babalawo is in grave want,
If a Babalawo is in grave want,
let him lie not.
let him lie not.
If an herbalist is in grave need,
If an herbalist is in great need,
let him not be dishonest.
let him not be dishonest.
Let no one lie or be dishonest
Let no one lie or be dishonest,
because of accountability in front of Olodumare.
because of accountability in front of Olodumare.
These are the awos.
These are our rules.
Kastifafo Oromila.
When
When he was in the midst of evil pretenders,
he was in the midst of evil pretenders,
he was advised to offer a bow,
he was advised to offer a bow,
and he complied.
and he complied.
Now, ye pretenders,
Now ye pretenders,
you have been exposed.
you have been exposed.
You know, Oromila was told at a certain point that he should become a liar. See, the situation was Oromila was struggling like many of us are here. He was, as they say, running from pillar to post. The money wasn't where it was supposed to be. The reputation was shot. He was having social issues, and he said, you know, why am I such an ardent Ifa devotee, and I'm suffering more than people who don't believe in Ifa at all? How can that happen if I've done all my bows and tried to follow these advice? The people around him also laughed at him, and they said, Oromila, you're a fool. So we don't even follow Ifa. We're doing better than you. You know, we have money. We have clothing. We have plenty of food. In these days, today, say, we have a new Lexus, right? That's what they would say today. Or we have a very nice brand new car or home or whatever. Oromila, start to put small lies into your work. That way you can raise the price and no one will know. Instead of charging for an abo 100, charge 200. Instead of asking for one goat, ask for two and just sell the other one. Instead of bringing a small bottle of alcohol, tell them to bring a big one and you can just resell it. See, if you do small, they told him, if you use small lies, Oromila, no one will ever know. Oromila thought about it. He said, let me go cast Ifa, because Oromila, our patron Orisha, he always casts Ifa on everything. He always has questions. He went to the Babalawo, and the Babalawo's name, before he walked in the door, he realized, I know what this guy's going to tell me. The Babalawo's name was, if a Babalawo's in grave want, let him what?
Lie not.
Let him lie not. If an herbalist is in grave need, let him not be dishonest. These were the Babalaws. They were sitting there and they said, Oromila, you've been tried to be seduced into being a liar. Don't do it. Don't lie emotionally, internally, and don't lie to the outside world. Don't even put small, little like, maybe yes, maybe no. Could have been, would have been. They're all lies. Don't do them. Oromila felt reinforced. He went back home. He offered his abo, and you know what happened? Nothing. He still stayed poor. He offered his abo, and no, there was no change. He said, how can it be I offered my abo? I've been waiting days and days, no change. Well, the same people who tried to seduce him into being a liar, they began to be discovered as frauds, impersonators. Some of them, we'd say in today's terms, were found out online because it was people understood she was using a filter the whole time. She didn't even look like that. That backdrop of that mansion, that was a Zoom backdrop. That wasn't his real mansion like he told us. And in so many ways, you see, nothing has changed in thousands of years, really. We just have different ways of pretending now. Oromila realized, for being honest, I'm not going to get wealthy quickly. It's not about getting wealthy quickly. But what did he have? He had actually a gift that's more precious, and it's peace of mind. Because as he realized that the folks who've been asking him to lie were prospering economically, they were also suffering emotionally, societally. Some of them were exiled. Some of them were banished. Some of them died strange, mysterious deaths. Some just vanished strangely, the way liars tend to vanish at strange moments. So Oromila's reinforced that it's truthfulness which will not necessarily bring you money every time, but it will bring you peace of mind. And that's how Oromila lived and died as a happy man. So let us all try to be honest as much as we can. You know, without further ado, I humbly and with much honor present Loye Sholagari Popola from Lagos, Nigeria.
My name is Sholagari Popola. I'm the president of the International Council for Ifa Religion. We have branches in 54 countries of the world. And we try all we know to emphasize more on temples rather than individuals. We also emphasize more on building communities rather than building individual belief. If we build communities, we know that we will become our brothers and sisters keepers. And that will help us more than building individual temples or building individual awards. We're also doing more on spirituality than on occult. In occult, that's where we do consultation, we offer help, everything. They are all good. All of those ones are good, but they are for this world. Anything that you do, yes, it is to improve the quality of your life in this world. It does not transcend to heaven. But the question that Olodumare will ask you does not include how many goods have you offered to Ifa when you are alive. It does not include did you offer ram to Shango or did you feed your Egbe regularly. It is none of Olodumare's business. What concerns Olodumare is how many people are supposed to cry that you have made to smile? How many people have you assisted? How many countries have you built? How many development programs have you participated in? Who are the people who are supposed to suffer that you have removed suffering? When people come to you with loads of problems, how do you remove the load and repackage it with promises? Those are the things that Olodumare will ask you. And those are the things that really matter in everything that we do. Our theme today is I've had words referred Oluwolad said. You need to speak the truth at all times. But there is a question that I want to ask. Speaking the truth that destroys a community or telling lies that builds a community. Bearing in mind that Olodumare says that we must be speaking the truth at all times. Which one do you think we should do? Good. Good. Tell the truth and destroy the community. You see, your purpose is remember that what the first says is that the reason why you are in this world is to make this world better than the way you have met it. But if your truth is destroying the community, something is wrong somewhere. And in Job, the first says that Olodumare will always judge you according to your intention. If speaking those lies, if it is to help build the community, Olodumare will not consider it as a lie. Olodumare will see it as tactics. In Upurabi, the first is that if you want to excel in a world of competition, especially when you are in a business world, if I buy this microphone for $50 and I want to sell it for $100, I can tell you, my sister, please buy it from me. I bought it $95. I'm only making $5. First is that will not be considered as a lie. It will be considered as business tactic. So you need to understand what Ifa had said and on what ground will you say all of this. Then what we are going to discuss today, we are going to take the theme from the Holy Odu of Orunmila. Odi on the left, Odi on the right, Oyeku on the left. Odi Oyeku Ideshuku. Ifa says Ideshuku Rebete. Adífáfolúgbó tó fẹ̀yìntì mójú ẹkún sùn ráhùn ọmọ ẹbọ wọn ni ó wá ṣe. Ideshukurebete is the Babalawo that consulted Ifa for Olugbo. Olugbo is the lord of the forest. When he was crying in lamentation of his inability to have a baby, because he could not have a baby, he tried, he did not succeed. His wife tried, the wife could not succeed. Then Olugbo had to return to the sky world. He went and brought 2 dogs. So what that means, first of all, is that dog is alien to this planet. It was brought from elsewhere to this world. So it means Olugbo, his wife, and the 2 dogs, they are the ones who are here on earth. He purchased the 2 dogs in the sky world and brought them. Later, Olodumare answered his prayer. He started giving back to cats, to rats, to elephants, to hippopotamus, all the animals, the monkeys, and so forth. And the fact says that the monkey that resembled human more than any other animal, the animal that resembled humans more than any other animal is the ape. And the ape is the cousin of human being. And you can see that that is the same thing that science had said. And that Oshun had a hand in the molding of the ape to look like human being. And when you want to talk of the ape, you should understand that the ape understands the character of human beings more than any other animal. So before long, the whole world had been populated. All these animals are there, but they are all vegetarians. They were not eating each other. They were only eating the grasses. And you will see that up till today, all the large animals, powerful animals, they don't eat flesh. Look at all of them. The elephant, the hippopotamus, the giraffe, the zebra. They don't eat flesh. And they don't suck blood. It is only the wild ones that did that, and there was a reason for it. So we'll talk about it. Then one day, Olugbo called all the children, all the animals, and told them that the way I look at things, it is possible that my time may soon be over. I will need to go back to heaven. And all I want from you is harmony, peaceful coexistence. Don't hurt each other. Don't harm each other. Be your brother's keeper. Whatever is happening, try as much as possible to help each other. That was the message of Olugbo to the children. Then hippopotamus, go and become the king in the swamp. Elephant, go and become the king in the forest. Buffalo, go and become the king in the plains, in the savannah. That was how Olodumare gave them assignments. Then, while Olodumare was giving them their portion, while Olugbo was giving them their portion, the elephant asked, what about our elder brothers, the dogs? Where will you put them? You know, all of them thought that the dog was also one of the children of Olugbo, and that they were the most senior among them. Then, that was when Olugbo told them, no, I brought the dogs from heaven. I bought them. They are my domestic servants. So, are you now saying that they are not of the same blood with us? I said, no. Okay, now we understand. This is where the theme came. Sometimes the truth that will create chaos, don't say it. Immediately, Olubo said that everything changed. The respect that the elephant, the hippopotamus, the lion, the tiger, the leopard gave to the dog changed. So you are even not of the same blood with us. You are somebody that was bought somewhere. And that was the way they had been looking at the dog. The name of the first dog is Korimawo. Korimawo means may our head not scatter. The other one is Tamenwa. Tamenwa means who knows tomorrow. So immediately they said so. He left. Soon after, Olubo died. When Olubo died, all of them they started to share the belongings of the father. Then the dog said, where is us? Then the elephant told the dogs, wait, we will tell you it is not yet time. After sharing everything, then the elephant said, now that we have shared everything, we are thinking of who to take you as part of the inheritance. After all, my father bought you people here. So why should you be thinking of getting part of this? You are not going to the answer. Okay, so your father told you the story. He said, of course, he did. Okay, no problem. Since that time, the two dogs started to plan. How are we going to inflict maximum pain, maximum punishment on these fools? So they tried everything they knew in the forest, they failed. Then they had to move to a place called Ekure. Ekure is in Ondo State in Nigeria. They went and met human beings, those who are hunters. Can't you notice that since all these days you have not been seeing any game to kill? Say it. We know where they are. We will show you where they are. You just wait. It is not yet time. And meanwhile, they are planning the final burial ceremony of their father. That is why when you are planning any form of ceremony, not necessarily burial, even if it is marriage, even if it is naming, and this Odu is revealed, Odi or Yeku, the first thing for you to do is to postpone that ceremony. Secondly, make it low key. Don't make too much noise about it. Then they were planning. The apes who know what human beings could do because they are the cousins of human beings, they call the others. See, let us put these two dogs into consideration. Because the moment this thing happened, you can see that we have not been seeing them in our midst. They must be planning evil. There is nothing they could plan. The lion said that they are going to tear them apart. Which can plan? There was nothing they could do. And the apes kept repeating it, and they kept snubbing the apes. When you find anybody insisting on something, telling you regularly about that thing, try and investigate. Even if you don't believe, try and investigate. Because when you see somebody saying something repeatedly, it may be a way of Olodumare communicating with you.
Yeah.
There are 5 ways that Olodumare communicates with you. It is your duty and responsibility to recognize the 5 and to heed. The first one is what you do here, consultation. It is the first way that Olodumare will communicate with you. A Babalawo is not a seer. A Babalawo sees nothing. A Babalawo is only interpreting the code that had been left for you. The second one is those who go into manifestations. They are the ones who could see things because they communicate with mediums. And then it is what those mediums tell them that they will come and tell you. You must not forget. The third one is dreams. When you see yourself having unusual dreams, don't take it lightly. Find out It may be something that you don't believe. The fourth one is ouch. You have dressed up, you want to go out, and then something kept pressing you down. I don't think I'm going to this place again. It is because Olodumare does not want you to be part of the statistics of those who will have accidents or those who terrible things will happen to. And Olodumare will say no. The fifth one is genuine advice. Wherever genuine advice comes from, know that it is from Olodumare himself. Because there are certain steps you want to take, but because you are a child of Olodumare, you are a child of the Olodumare, something will happen. And somebody will come and give you a genuine advice. That advice is not from that person, it is from Olodumare himself. So you must understand that and bear that in mind at all times. Because it is going to help you at the end of the day and stop you from grieving. Because we are in this world in order to be happy. In the case of these people, they refused to listen to genuine advice. Then, on the day of the ceremony, the apes went to their brothers. Let us make this thing low key. Because we are suspecting that something terrible is going to happen. But nothing is going to happen. The apes, they went on a tree and they started lamenting. Korimawo ni ó bá rí ò ní jẹ́ o, aré tó dùn bí oyin o. Tàmẹ̀yìnwá ni ó bá rí ò ní jẹ́ o, aré tó dùn bí oyin. Korimawo is going to spoil this ceremony. This ceremony that is as sweet as honey. Tàmẹ̀yìnwá is going to spoil this ceremony. This ceremony that is as sweet as honey, they ignored. Meanwhile, Korimawo and Tàmẹ̀yìnwá, they have already brought all the hunters to the vicinity of that place. They told the hunters to surround the forest. The hunters wanted to start to shoot. No, not yet. Wait, let all of them assemble. Then you can start to shoot. And that's what they did. When they did, many of them died. So when many of them died, they started to live in fear. That was when the tiger, the leopard, the cheetah, and all those other animals, wild animals like that. Where are we going to be looking for grasses when we have fellow animals to consume? We cannot be wasting our time. They started consuming. And then while they are doing that, the composition of their bodies began to change. That was when they started to have canine in order to help them to tear flesh apart. And that's it. And that's how all of these things happened. Well, now let us look for once. If Olubo had told the children, oh, the two dogs that are my children, I gave birth to them, but their mother died before I married your mother. Do you think that would have happened? But that is a lie. But it is a lie that could have preserved and conserved the forest world. So that is why it is not everything that you see that you must say. Yes, you can say something that is completely true, but make sure it is not truly complete. Especially when you know that it can lead to crisis. Don't say everything. And sometimes, for example, I am here. I come to meet Oluwole. I'm tired of this world. I want to die. And as soon as I get back home, I'm going to commit suicide. I have cyanide. I have kept it in my wardrobe. But I need to confide in you. And immediately Oluwole told my family, Go and check his wardrobe. There is cyanide there. Remove it. And I got there, I couldn't see it. But it is only Oluwala that I told. And I called Oluwala. Did you tell my family? And he said, no, I did not. Is that a lie? But it is the lie that will conserve my life. The lie that will not make me to die. Two friends are fighting. And you know that the combination of the two of them will bring a lot of positive changes in the community. Of course, you need to tell lies to bring them back together. You went to the first one and told, I'm coming from your friend. The good things that your friend told me about you surprised me that could be right. Meanwhile, that one I told me that nothing on earth never brings us together. Then you framed it in such a way that you now began to tell this person all the good things that you have done when you are young, all the silly pranks that you have pulled together, and yet you are friends. All the things that you have done in the community that have made the community to grow. Why now? Now that the community needs you more than any other time, why should this happen? Do you mean that is what my friend feels about me? Yes. I was even surprised when he was telling me all of this. He reminded me of the time that he followed you to your mother-in-law's place. The roles that he played there. Why are you fighting now? Then, are you now telling me that he had never done anything good for you? Or when my first child was born, he was the godfather and blah, blah, blah. You now have enough information to bring back to the other one. When I got there, how did I know that you were the godfather of the first child? How did I know? He told me himself. How did I know? Then, by the time that you will leave, you will see that both of them would have calmed down. Then when you put them together, they become friends. Maybe 2 years after, they may now know that you built everything on lies. But they will know that that lie is the lie that has helped the community. It is not all lies that are bad. And it is not all truths that are good. Some truths must be avoided at all, by all means, because it is not going to bring any good to the community. If you know that is the kind of truth that you know. And there are some truths that must be buried with you, no matter what. It must be buried with you, because saying it will destroy a lot of things. That's why you find so many leaders all over the world. It is not only here in the United States or anywhere. All over the world, there are many things that they have at the back of their mind that they will never expose to anybody. Because instead of bringing anything good out of it, it will just destroy the society the more. Because there are certain things that you mustn't know, especially when they are taking decisions. You see, anything that you see them saying in the National Assembly, that is not what is running the country. It is what some people, maybe not more than 5 of them, the kitchen cabinet, is the decision that they take that is running the country. It's all over the world like that. And what they know, to inform them of that decision, they will never expose to anybody. Because knowing it will only destroy the society. And they don't want the society to be destroyed. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is our duty and responsibility to understand whatever you want to say. Please weigh it first. Don't say something first and think later. Yes, be quick to hear things from others, but be very slow to respond. Give all other people opportunity to express their minds. After that, think of what you are going to say that will not destroy the community. Sometimes people will tell you something, and you will know that what the person has said is the correct thing. But if you react immediately, you are going to spoil more things than you meant. The best thing is to relax. That person will be angry that you did not take decision at the right time. But don't worry. 2 3 weeks after, when tensions are calmed down, you can now start to effect the amendments that you want to do. Then you now go back to the first person and tell them, if you want me to react that time, Don't you know that this would have happened, this would have happened? Meanwhile, his own mind had calmed down to them. He or she will now see what you are talking about. It is important for us to know the plan of Olodumare. The plan of Olodumare is for us to leave this world better than the way we have met it. And if that is the case, everything that you will do to let it happen, please do. Don't think that, yes, you are bold, you can say it, and nothing is going to happen. A lot of things will happen. It may not happen to you, but it will happen to those who are close to you. And if it happens to those who are close to you, it is also happening to you. Please let us be mindful of what we say, and let us be careful of what we say. And again, mothers, especially mothers, Ifa says that the responsibility of child rearing is in your hands, 100%. Ifa says that rearing children is not the duty of a man. You only use the man as symbol of fear and authority. You can tell your child, okay, I've been telling you not to take that book, and you have refused. Wait until your father comes. I will tell your father, and you will see what your father will do. Then the child will be shaking like pepper. Yes, that is it. But you must be careful. And again, too, there are certain things that you must not tell your child about other siblings, about the husband, about the community. There are certain things that you must not. Have you seen situations where the school fees will be ready to pay, and the husband will tell you, I don't have money? It's not that he doesn't have money, it is because he had drunk too much. But you will pay. It is not your duty to tell your child, you say, I'm suffering because of you. Your father is a drunkard. He's always drinking. The only thing that you end up doing is to turn the child against the father. That is all that you will end up doing. And then it is not part of your duty to create enemy out of the two people that you love most. So the best bet is leave that truth alone. Continue to talk to your husband to change, because we are the only one who can do it. I have seen instances where people really work on their children to hate their parents. It is not the best. It's not the best. And then I've seen instances too. It is becoming the norm again in Africa. We don't have it before, but now we are having it. It is rampant here, but we are having it over there now. When you'll find women insisting that their husband will never see the child, especially when they fight. Forgetting that the husband also contributed to bringing the child into the world. Let God do the judgment. Leave everything in the hands of Olodumare. And you will see that Olodumare will always judge you right. Do you know that in Ejiobe, Ifa says that if a child's mother is sincere, is truthful, is honest, if all the 801 Irumole, if they are against the child, they will not be able to do the child anything. Simply because the mother is behind the child. That is the kind of mother I will recommend all of you to be. The mother that will give your child the kind of support that will not allow even the homeowners to go against the child. That is the kind of support that we have. We have seen instances, especially over there, where we find women waiting until old age to punish the husband. We have seen it many times. Those are the things that shouldn't happen to us, because we are the children of Oromia. Our own community is totally different from other communities, because we are using the divinities, the Ummah, as our role models, not individuals, human beings, not our pastor, not our Oluo, not Popola, but the Ummah. if anything should happen to me, and I know that I'm a child of Orunmila, the first thing that I need to think of is if that happened to Orunmila, how will Orunmila react? And I'm going to do exactly how Orunmila would have reacted. The same thing with you. If you are a daughter of Oshun, think about how Oshun will react. You'll find some people. The child brought $100, and the child gave the mother 60. What do you want to do with the remaining $40? I want to give Dad $30 and then my brothers. Don't give your father $30. He's going to spend it on alcohol or to spend it on women. What I think you need for your father is for me to cook for him and eat. Bring $15. She will take $15 out of the 30 to add to our own. After that, when you are going to come, the gas are just finished. We need to buy gas. Your father will eat, but your father will spend, but will take it again. At the end of the day, the father will have only $5 or $10, and you'll be having 80. It is not the best. And another thing is the father has 4 kids. All the 4 kids are from you. When the kids grow up, the father is old, he's helpless. You will now tell, oh, my child just gave birth. I want to go and help the child to take care of the new baby. You will go, you now turn the father to a bachelor at old age. Then the father will look for a plate, wrap it somewhere to go and buy beans outside to eat. Because most women, most men, including me, I don't even know what we have in the kitchen. I've never been there because that is the last place that I go. I don't even know the kind of dresses that I'm going to wear. When I wake up in the morning, the dresses are there, everything is there. And that is the time when they know that you are old, that they will now tell you they want to go and take care of a grandchild, forgetting that they are also housewives and they have husbands to take care of first. So these are the things that we shouldn't be doing. Have consideration for your husband. And you will find those women, they don't allow you to have housemaids because they don't want you to start having any amorous feeling for the housemaid. How do you expect for yourself to leave a man for 6 months, 8 months alone? So they don't want that. So please try to be considerate. Anything that you do, you are not doing it for the man. You are doing it in order to collect as much spiritual currency as possible. Because those are the things that the Olodumare will ask you. When this person was sick, what was the role that you played? When you are able to tell Olodumare, these were the roles that I played, then you have your spiritual currency. This world, according to Ifa, we are going to talk about it at a later stage because it is something. It has 7 different dimensions. This planet Earth. We are in the 3rd dimension. What are the things that you are going to do to move to the 2nd dimension? Because we have been coming a long way. We started from the 7th dimension to the 6th, to the 5th, to the 4th, to the 3rd. Then what are the things that we have done? Those are the things, the experiences that we carry until we reach this stage. I want to ask you a question. Most of you are mothers here. I want to ask you a question. When you have a newborn baby today, who taught the baby how to suck your breast? Nobody. The baby just did it. Those are the experiences that we have been carrying from the beginning. And you know that only the mother can know the odor that will give birth to the baby. Do you know that? It is because it is difficult for you to understand. The nipple of a woman has 16 holes, each nipple. And the ones that will open for the baby to suck determines the odor that will come for the baby. So it is only the mother who has that power. And that after Olodumare, it is the mother. It is the mother. Anything that the baby will become in life is totally and entirely in the hands of the mother. Ori, Shago, Ogun, Orunmila, they are only going to help It is not that they are going to do anything different. It is the mother who will do it. So I will want you to be that mother that will be able to shape the life of your children in such a way that they are going to find favor in the hands of Olodumare, and they will have favor in their community. They will also have favor in themselves. You are the only ones who can do it. That is the responsibility that Olodumare has given you. Olodumare gave you the responsibility because Olodumare knows that you are spiritually superior to me. It's as simple as that. Please, the lie that will mold the society, feel free to say it. The truth that will destroy the society, please avoid it by all means.
Thank you, Olóyè. So, thank you very much. Now, what we want to do is, as part of our temple, we always give our ose. We ask the Eshun formula to put their stamp on this, and we will pass around. It will be the Orobo, and also be singing different things. So, Brother, can y'all figure out which is Eshun? There's a three of them. And we want to say also, I want to thank you, Olóyè Popola. It's not a small thing to come from very far. We know how difficult it is to travel, and we are truly appreciative. So thank you. Àwa dúpẹ́, àwa kórè, àwa dúpẹ́ o, àwa kórè, a dúpẹ́ àná o, a ó kórè tún ní bọ̀.
Olódùmarè,
àwa dúpẹ́, àwa kórè, àwa dúpẹ́ o, àwa kórè, a dúpẹ́ àná o, a ó kórè. How did it answer? And you feel?
We had to clean ourselves twice, but with more patience, more outside of here, making sure we're protecting ourselves, and then we got chill.
Okay. Now, I want to also say we want to do an invitation for folks to, well, thank you for being here again. We want to do an invitation for folks to join the International Council for Ifa Religion. We've brought the applications here. What is ICIR? ICIR is the governing world body of Ifa religion. It doesn't include only Ifa, it includes Orisha, all the different branches. So we have the applications in the back there. And Olorunwa, can you grab those papers on top of that that cabinet there? So those are, we're also going to be putting the application online for folks who are interested. You'll be able to submit it through a hard copy. What is it? It's simply joining the organization to build an Ifa international fraternity sorority, a family, right? We will be issuing ID cards so that as you're going to the various temples, they already know who you are. They know you've been referred by other people within ICIR. It's a way of just simply showing that we're part of this international group. You know, we have Ifa temples in different cities now. You can go to see Ifa temple in different places. And because of the history of the tradition of the religion, the way it played out in diaspora, people don't always trust each other, right? Let's be honest. Can anybody just go easily walk into anyone else's place right now? Not right now. But that's what will change with this, because we all know as we're part of the ICR, the Ifa Council, Brotherhood, Sisterhood, when you show the card, it's just simply going to be saying, I know others in this group, and so we are an international family. And like I say every Sunday, thank you so much, that the way the Christians have a church in every corner, why don't we have Ifa council, Ifa temples on every corner? We need those. So these are being passed out now. Please fill it out. It's a $15 membership. That's simply used to process, make the card. You get a physical ID card. So you'll see on the applications, it has a place to put your photo. We need you to put your photo there, like a passport photo. That will be taken. They're doing the old school style in Nigeria. They're making the photos and taking it back, and we'll be getting the cards back. So these are available. Everyone, we encourage you to fill one out. And also, talk about, the other thing I can simply say, and I'll just be quiet for this, talk about Ifa Temple with people, because Ebos are great. They're wonderful. We love them. They're all good. Feeding Orishas is great. The temple is better.
Yes.
Temples more, it changes more people. It changes more people. A lot of people don't need an Ebo. They need a place to come and feel loved and respected and listened to. And then our children especially need a place to come and learn something positive. So let us all, encourage each other. Go to temple when you're tired. We need to get our butts up and go to temple. And if we don't have a place, we need to go find one online. It makes a difference. That's how the Christian church got so strong. All these churches, they got strong because people go to those places and contribute and support those institutions. We need to be the same way. Our families need it. So when we pass on our children, say that's the kind of place I went to. I went to an Ifa temple. It's very important. Okay. Any parting words? I'm just going to pass it on to you.
I was going to also add, in terms of starting temples and participating, with temple. I think that here in the diaspora, our tradition has become so much more commerce based. What can I buy? How much does this cost? And less emphasis is placed upon the actual transformation of lives, transformation of character. And I was going to also add that participating in Ifa Temple is also transformative, and it's less expensive. That commerce factor of like, okay, we're going to pay $200 for this Ebo, or someone's going to buy an icon or something like that. That there's less emphasis on that and more emphasis on learning Ifa stories, getting the information. And I think that when we are participating in Ifa tradition, there's some other things that we really, really need to be aware of. Those things are, we need to know who God is. I personally, I'm not going to mention anything about any other religion. I'm just going to talk about Ifa. We as Ifa practitioners, we can stand alone without any reference to any other Judeo-Christian religion. Why? Because we were here first. We were here first. They learned what they do from us, from our ancestors. So as I say that, these are things that we should also participate in and do. So I encourage everyone who is affiliated, who knows anything about any of the temples. There are a multiplicity of temples in the world under Shekun Derin at this time. I believe in the United States there are 2 in the U.S., right? Idinka, Otortuka, of course. Ogun Darosun. Also a secondary?
Yes.
Okay. Also, Obadabogbe. Okay. So there's at least 5-10 other temples here in the United States.
And about to be more online. Coming online pretty soon.
So please invest and invest in your own sanity. And as I said before, it's much more. It's much cheaper. It's much cheaper to invest in temple building, because even when we do Ebos, whenever we do Itarogum is a community Ebo where everybody contributes, and we share the burden of working with each other. We share the burden of any challenge that is happening with us. So it's so important to participate in community, and community by way of Ifa temples. Abora boy. Anybody else?
Okay. coincidiendo con las palabras que han dicho los hermanos,
Following
tenemos
these
la,
words that I've given out, these other brothers have said today,
tenemos la costumbre, la
We have-
mala costumbre
we have the
de,
bad custom of the practice
de
of
solo buscar DIFA cuando estamos en ciertos problemas o las situaciones cotidianas en la vida.
we only come to IFA usually when we have problems.
Y de esta forma nos vamos a aprender filosofía de IFA, que nos enseña IFA en cuanto al carácter
We'll never learn the philosophy and the character. We just come to crisis
y cómo debemos comportarnos como buenos seres humanos.
and how to comport ourselves well.
Porque si vamos solo a hacer DAFA, si vamos solo a hacer netball, rituales,
If we only do it,
resolvemos el problema y nos vamos. No, es imposible que el Lugo, el babalao que está haciendo el netball, en una consulta te enseñe cosas de carácter, de filosofía, te puede dar 2 o 3 mensajes, pero no todo lo que necesitamos saber. Muchas veces un buen consejo de liberar en una situación no es ni necesario hacer un DAFA, porque una persona que no tiene una buena economía no es el esbo que lo va a ayudar. A lo mejor un buen consejo entre la comunidad que lo ayuden, yo pienso que es lo que va a resolver. Por eso es la importancia de un templo, tener una comunidad, tener con quién hablar cuando estamos en situaciones. Llegar con okay.
He's just saying that, funnily enough, when you get a dafa, it will solve your problem, but the Babala doesn't have time to give you teachings on character. You just no time. It's just not realistic that you're not going to solve your whole life through one reading and one ebo. But at the same time, sometimes the problem can be solved with no ebo at all. It's advice and counsel and philosophy, understanding. So you need to be aware of that.
Yeah. Se trata de que lleguemos a un abo, a un templo con los problemas y sacamos con una alegría que cambia, aunque sea con solo venir aquí. Se siente una seguridad, como
So you begin to feel a security.
es lo que le llaman el tipo de rezo que es para muchos. No va a resolver, pero por lo menos nos da una alegría.
It gives us a
Solo
happiness to
con
move
un
forward.
beso.
Yes.
Okay. Esto es lo que yo quería aportar. Por apoyo a posición.
Okay. All right. So we're passing around the obi now. I washed it off, just like the pre-COVID days. Somebody funny, they laughed. They said, we passed around bowling this 2 years ago like it was nothing. And the last 2 years, people were afraid to even meet in the same room, right? So it's a blessing that we got through that, and it's still issues of community health to be paying attention to, but at least we're back together, and it feels very nice. It's a huge difference. It keeps us sane. I love music. I love song. There's a song called Oriri Mojo. And what it's saying is it's saying, Ifa, please don't forget. Ifa, I've asked for health, prosperity, whatever I've asked for, don't forget. And it says, Oriri Mojo, Oriri Mojo, Ire Aje, Timoda, Ifadaku Magbagbe, Oriri Mojo. And you guys jump in. Oriri Mojo, Oriri Mojo, Ire Aje, Timoda, Ifadaku Magbagbe, Oriri Mojo, Oriri Mojo, Oriri Mojo, Ire Aya, Timoda, Ifadaku Magbagbe, Oriri Mojo, Oriri Mojo, Oriri Mojo, Ire Omo, Timoda, Ifadaku Magbagbe, Oriri Mojo, Oriri Mojo, Oriri Mojo, Ire Timoda, Ifadaku Magbagbe, Oriri Mojo, Oriri Mojo, Oriri Mojo, Ire Anu, Timoda, Ifadagung magbagbe, Oriri Mojo, Oriri Mojo, Oriri Mojo, Ire Bobo, Ntimota, Ifadagung magbagbe, Oriri Mojo. It's just saying Oriri Mojo, the name of the bubble out. Don't forget, I've been asking you for all these months, these years, what centuries, I've been asking you for a blessing of a spouse, of a child, of a house, whatever. Don't forget. Of course, Ifa doesn't forget, but it's just a way of reminding us that Ifa doesn't forget us. That's right. All right. So thank you all for coming. We have another song we sing, and this is to put like a cap on the whole thing, because we've all tried to say only good things today. So we have a song that is a way of asking me this all now go to heaven. You see this, think of this as like we're writing a big email here. We're writing a big spiritual email. And when you finish with an email, what do? You send it. Yeah. Do you leave any email in the draft folder? I mean, some you probably might need to. We could go back, we probably would. But this one we don't want to leave in the draft folder. We want to send it. So this song does that. It's called Bati Wilo Mari. 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 Ire even aro tiro mo. Bati Wilo Mari. Bati Wilo Mari. Bati Wilo Mari. Ola Ifa, Bati Wilo Mari, Bati Wilo Mari, yeah, we are Tiromo, Bati Wilo Mari, Ashe. That just says, may all that we pray please go to heaven. Ashe. All right, you all. Hope you are all comfortable and everything. We're gonna be here for a while doing various works. You're all free to stay. Also, the palace in Igede Ikiti. Igede Ikiti is the home of Oshun. So the queen of Igede Ikiti, she's one of the king's wives, sent these with Popola. She said, please sell them in the US, okay? We'll send the money back there. It's like a fundraiser, but it's also applicable for us. This is special obi. This is not used for daily things like, should I go to have, Chinese food tonight for dinner? It's not that kind of thing. This is for someone who wants to feed their head. This is for someone who has a marriage ceremony, an important issue, important thing you want. So Chief Popola brought these series. If you guys want one, they're $10 a piece. Use it for something, save it for something special. If you need to preserve it, buy it and you take it home and wrap it in what's that, saran wrap, super plastic, tie it up real good and just keep it, and it'll stay fine. It'll keep for up to 3 or 4 months like this. But this is a chance. If anybody wants to get one, you can go ahead and take one. There's even a few in here that are, this is how they do it in West Africa. They bound them up together. Okay, and these are, why are these so big? Because these are from mature trees. Like the little tiny ones are from younger trees. The older the tree gets into the decades and 100 years plus, the colons begin to get huge. So that's what you see here. So these are the ones they use in the palace. So if anyone wishes to have it or purchase one, they're here, they're $10. Just throw your money in the bag and you're free. And like I said, they can be preserved. You wrap it in plastic wrap and you keep it for a special occasion, such as feeding your special Orisha you love. Yes, yeah.
The double ones, are they $20 or is it?
It's two, yeah.
Two. Okay.
Yeah. And some are 5 lobes. Those are perfectly fine to use. If you're not sure how to use a 5-lobe obi, talk to an awo. We'll all know that. And there's a couple are 3-lobe. If you want to know how to use that one, talk to an awo. We all know those. So there's 3, 4, and 5 in here. Okay. So I'll just put this here. It's a trust system if anyone wants that. I just wanted Chief Popola said, please sell these before. I don't want to take these back to Nigeria with me. And he's giving the money to Igede Ikiti. Last quick shout out was we did an Ifa pilgrimage this year, and Baba Shugbeme and I went, and Egbe Leki was the other room. We've all gone. There's a chance everyone to go to Nigeria every year. There's a chance to go every year if you want to see the home of the Orishas. It's like a trip where there's a lot of people from different countries who go, and we make a pilgrimage from city to city. It's very advisable. I did it for the first time, and it's not an easy trip, but it's worth it. It's not, I'll repeat it, it's not easy, but it's worth it. And they've already planned next year's trip already. They set the dates. So Chief Popola says anyone who wishes to come, we prefer that you run it through a temple, because then we can kind of help set you up. Just going free for all on your own, it'll be okay, but it's good to go through a temple so it's organized. You have people kind of watching you and guiding you and all that stuff. So if you wish to talk to one of the Oluros here, we can all tell you about it. Okay, and that's for next May 2023. So we just got back from this one. Okay, it's very nice. You go to the home of Eshu, Oshun, etc. Thank you all for coming. On this membership